We are here on this sunny, warm morning at the Worthington Diamond Mine. This is the excavation we call the Worthington Diamond Mine, located just a short distance outside of the famous Crater of Diamond State Park. We'll go down there in a minute and get a close look at what we're doing this morning, but before we do, from this vantage point, I wanted to show you, this is the winter wheat I planted last fall, and the deer kept it eaten down real short all winter long. But now as it gets older, it gets tougher and they're not interested in eating it, which is good. What I had in mind, feed them all winter and then let the winter wheat grow. But as you can see, here are the seeds that will become the wheat seeds on this before long. But let's go down and take a closer look at this excavation. We removed about 4 feet of overburden that was clay, and we're down to the hard pan. Now it does slope this way some, and I talked on an earlier video about these round, mysterious objects in it, and I think these are like mud bubbles. The lamproite remained hot and boiled up mud from below, and there's a line of them through here. Some are covered by lamproite, got washed in, but there's some like right under here, but you can see quite a few right in here. And anyway, I believe these are mud bubbles, and they're very hard. I backed the truck over one earlier and it didn't break. So I hope to dig down and maybe there will be a vein of amethyst there. One thing I would like to show you too, there seems to be a line through here. Now this is a crack, and it seems to be the same material as those mud bubbles, but this is a crack. This is maybe like a mud bubble here, but it's more of a line, more of a crack. Anyway, I'm hoping that below this there will be a vein of amethyst. And I don't know how wide. It may only be that wide. It may open up to a large vug and have a lot of amethyst. But this is the top of the undisturbed lamproite. All we did was remove the overburden. Now I dug over here last fall and turned and piled this material up. And this is what we're going to run through the plant here pretty soon. I've got 25 empty buckets in the back of my truck that will soon be 25 full buckets of lamproite. I'll just shovel it in from this pile and run it through the plant. Now something else I have in mind is digging out the ditch. See, usually we don't have ditches to dig like you do at the Crater of Diamonds. Last fall I brought the mini excavator in here and I dug this ditch here in the hard lamproite. This, as you can see, is hard lamproite on each side, and this is like solid rock, and the floor is solid rock. Well, the rain has washed rocks and hopefully diamonds down and concentrated it maybe right here where this other gravel has collected, and it all washed out of this area, which is lamproite on all sides, including our stockpile. So it washed down and funneled down, and I'm going to bring buckets over and fill it with this material, because you can see the jaspers in it, and that gravel concentration would probably be a good place for diamonds. And I'll probably dig through here too, pull a little bit of winter wheat that seeds got washed down in here. Now you can see this is worthless clay. You can tell by the color, and you can even see how some of it washed down. This is the drainage ditch. We leave the pit open. That's the beauty of having your own diamond mine over working at the crater. At the crater you have to fill your hole in every day. This, I dug it out and I left it open, and I love that about it, because then it's ready when I come back each time. So I can also dig through here. This was a trench I dug out for drainage. We don't want water to build up in here. And there's a little bit of Trinity clay mixed into the lamproite. What happened is there was a thick, hundreds of feet thick layer of Trinity clay the volcano burst through when there was earthquake faulting and volcanic activity a long time ago. So as the lamproite blew through the Trinity clay, it incorporated some of the clay into the volcanic ore. I'll dig some through here as well, because all this washes down. I'm also going to surface search. In fact, I'm kind of doing that right now, and you may be too by me running the camera. This has been undisturbed for months, and we have had the wettest spring on record since 1880. So we've had a lot of rain, and rain creates erosion, especially when you have some points higher than others. So this washes down. So some of the heavies and gravel are washed down and concentrated in the bottom of the ditch. Some of the heavies sit like an old fat man at a 10K run, just like these rocks. This one, other stuff washed in this little ditch and washed down here. But this fat rock said, I'm going to plop down right here. Well, diamonds are like a fat man too, and they'll be in around these other rocks sitting there. So I'll just scoop up. We don't have a lot of gravel in this because this is an igneous intrusion. This is volcanic material, and you don't have sedimentary rocks in volcanic material. There was just a little sediment that built on the top of the intrusion because there was a shallow sea here at one time, and the gravel's washed in. That's why these are so well rounded, these jasper pebbles, because there was tidal wave action, tides moving in and out of a shallow sea. So we've got a little bit of gravel on top, not much, and this material may be good to wash too, that just washed right over the side here and settled. So I'll go through here and scoop this up. I'm going to fill a bunch of buckets and run it through the plant. I haven't got the plant really started up to run, except just for a test to make sure all the pumps were pumping and motors spinning and jigs jigging. Because it's been too wet, I didn't want to get stuck in here. I didn't want to get the equipment stuck. So kind of a late start to the mining season. This is mid-May. But this is lamproite all the way to that stake. We have about an acre here of lamproite, but just a small portion of that opened up for mining at this point. You just do what you can when you can. An acre is about the size of a football field, and that is pretty much where I planted the winter wheat, is our 1 acre of lamproite. But right now I've got plenty to work right here that's been exposed before we dig and expose any more. So thank you for checking in on what's going on at the Worthington Diamond Mine. I need to shut the camera off and get to shoveling before things get any hotter today. Thank you for joining me.